So on to my garden journey. It's the 30th of September when I'm filming this, and the weather's starting to turn. You can feel the chill in the air and autumn is on the way. So there's a lot of things I need to get done. I'm behind on my preparations for winter, but first I need to look after my animals. So let's get on with that. Good morning, chickens. How are you all doing? Oh, somebody laying us an egg. So these are some new chickens that we've got, and unfortunately the chickens we had earlier in the year all got eaten by foxes. They broke in to the coop, which I've now wired completely, and unfortunately we lost all of them. So it's 14 birds we lost to that attack. So we've got 4 now. They're layers. They're a mix of Rhode Island Reds and West Sussex, and they're super friendly. So absolutely lovely birds. If you ever want any, definitely go for some of these. They just follow you around the garden. Hello, you. Come on, out of the way. Yeah. Those eggs. Lots of eggs. Come on. More eggs. They're doing really well. Wait. Come here, you. As you can see, they are super friendly. So today's jobs are getting ready for winter and trying to close a few things down here in my garden and over at the allotment. I need to pay for the allotment at the moment because that's due tomorrow, so I need to get that sorted. But I've got some potatoes I haven't lifted yet, so I need to do that. And I also need to start covering up where some weeds are because I'm trying to suppress them, kill them off for next year. So we'll get down the allotment shortly, but before then I'm going to have to get over to a garden centre to get some more supplies for our animals and also some plants, and then also get some of the Pak Choi planted. So yeah, quite a busy day today. So that's the animals all sorted. I'm going to get down to the shop, then head down the allotment, yeah, and hopefully get on top of the work today. So with it being the end of September, it's still warm enough for grass to be growing, and it's quite damp at the moment, so it's growing fast. I'll need to cut the grass again today, and the land that we have next to our house, because I need to keep on top of that. The taller it gets, the harder it is for the mower to cut it. But in the back garden we've got some areas where the dogs have burnt the grass with their wee, so I'm going to put some patch repair on there. I know it's not the best option for it, and I should be able to use better products, but unfortunately I don't have enough time this year to really focus on the grass. I need to get on top of the things that I'm missing and cleaning up my allotment. So it's going to be patch repair from the garden centre this year. Great for planting daffodils, so there's a lot of bulbs out at the moment in garden centres, but I'm not here for those. I'm here for some hellebores and some ferns. So I picked up everything I need for the animals, and whilst I was there I also got a couple of more ferns and a hellebore, and they're going to go up at the back of the garden underneath the trees. It gets pretty dark there. My only issue I have there is that it's also quite dry, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on these guys and water them thoroughly until the weather really does change. Because of where I'm putting them, I'm going to make sure I really do water them in. I've put a few plants up here in the last year or so, and they've really not done very well because they've just dried out and I haven't kept an eye on them. So I'm going to water them in really heavily. I'll make sure they're actually soaked before they go in as well, and hopefully that way it gives them the best chance to get through the next few weeks. I've come down the allotment and you can see that it's pretty overgrown still. Unfortunately it takes a long time to try and clear these things out. The most I've done this year has been really growing potatoes and some beetroot, a few onions as well, but mainly I've just been trying to kill off the weeds as the year's gone by. I'm not digging them all out. I've tried that, they just come back because so many of the other allotments have got weeds on, they just come in. So I'm using weed suppressant to kill off those weeds and hopefully overwinter, and as they start to germinate next year, then hopefully I'll have a decent plot to grow on. But today I'm just putting down some more of the weed suppressant, and I'm going to get some potatoes up because I've left them in the ground and the slugs will be after them this time of the year. So if you've got any potatoes still in the ground, now is a really good time to try and lift them. To store my potatoes, I'll be using some Hessian sacks. These are ones I just ordered on Amazon for about £4 or £5, so they do the job. Hopefully I've got enough. So to lift these up, I'm digging down into the troughs that I built when I planted them, to try and avoid sticking any of the potatoes with my fork. There's a good chance a lot of these have been eaten or rotted. Yeah, you can see a lot of them have been eaten by slugs. So I have a feeling this is going to be a waste of time. I'll give it a go anyway. Mainly because I don't want any potatoes in here for next year. Yeah, slugs have been all over these. You can see where the slugs have been. Right, well, that row was useless. Didn't even get one that's edible. I'll keep going and check in with you in a bit. So I'm going to be completely honest, that was an utter failure. Pretty much no usable potatoes have come up. I mean, I did put them in late and they've been left in long, so it's all my own fault, but it would have been nice to have some potatoes. Good job I'm not relying on me to feed the family. So learning for next year, get them in on time and don't leave them in too long to allow the slugs to feast on them. But in the meantime, I have taken down the sunflower. I've knocked it down so ground-dwelling animals will be able to eat the seeds. I'm going to take some seeds home and give them to my chickens. But what I will be harvesting is going to be my beetroot. So at least I'll be able to get something home from the allotment this year. And I can see the leeks are starting to come up okay. So I think really that is it for this year in the allotment, and anything I do down here now is going to be about trying to get it all ready for next year, because I want to spend my time planting and growing rather than digging up weeds. So yeah, winter work is going to be getting this all into a decent position to be able to grow next year. Anyway, I'll see you back at the house. One of the final things I want to get done this weekend is getting my Pak Choi into the ground. At the moment I still seem to be having some problems with slugs, but hopefully I can keep on top of those and these guys will do well. Pak Choi is an oriental brassica, and it is something that normally gets eaten with something like a stir fry and that sort of food. So hopefully I should be able to get plenty of Pak Choi done this year. Now, the reason I'm using Pak Choi is because it's very quick to germinate and it grows to maturity very quickly, and it likes a colder weather, so really good for this time of the year, but you really needed to have sown it a few weeks back, running out of time at the moment. So I'm just transplanting these so they're around about 4 to 6 inches apart. That way there's enough room for them to grow without competing with each other. So that's it for this week. I'm currently trying to do weekly videos, so please like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one.